So the Metaphor ReFantazio demo is out on console and PC at this point, and while it's absolutely incredible in my opinion, there is a major issue or major issues plaguing some of the aspects of this game, depending on what platform you are playing on. We're going to get into that and what Atlus had to say in terms of what they're going to do. We also have an incredible Chrono Trigger inspired game that it seems like it's going to go above and beyond what Sea of Stars did when it comes to the indie scene and RPGs, and then some bad news overall for Monster Hunter Wilds. But before we get into that, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you are someone new, and click that notification bell to get my videos first. And I want to remind you guys that we are very soon having a Metaphor ReFantazio Collector's Edition giveaway. So you're going to want to subscribe, hit the like button, notifications, comment down below, because I will be giving away a Collector's Edition on the PlayStation 5 platform. So yeah, definitely subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump right into this. So Persona Studio working to address the issues that are plaguing Metaphor ReFantazio's PC performance in the weeks before launch. This was something that was brought to my attention recently on one of my live streams. I did not know that Atlus responded. I watched various different videos from certain people, and I also saw comments on social media, people complaining that the performance in the PC version of Metaphor ReFantazio was not good. Now, if you guys watched my video, which I did, I actually uploaded PC gameplay. I've been playing it on the PlayStation 5. I beat the demo on PS5, put like around 11 hours on PS5, but I put like 3 to 4 hours or so on PC, and the gameplay that I showed you guys was from my own PC. Now, here's the thing. I've got a pretty nice PC. I've got a 3080, I've got a Ryzen 5800 CPU, so everything was fine, at least on my end. I got a lot of RAM. I think I got like 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it's like super fast one. So for everything when it comes to what I'm doing on PC, I didn't notice any issues. It ran smooth. I know Atlus doesn't necessarily have like the most options for PC and all that, but Persona 3 Reload, I actually played that on PC, and that was great. But it seems like there's some major issues here, but Atlus is going to be getting on it. So apparently the frame rate woes that were happening, GamesRadar Plus covered this and said that it was unexpected because, once again, Persona 3 Reload ran really good on PC. So here's what Atlus had to say. Thank you to everyone who has downloaded and played the Metaphor ReFantazio prologue demo. We are aware there is an optimization issue on Steam and are actively working to address this problem. We will share updates, including patch release information, through our social media platforms once available. And it's crazy, while I was recording this video, Atlus actually released an update for the prologue demo of Metaphor ReFantazio on the PC platform. This was happening in real time as I was editing and checking with some other people that were having issues with the PC version of the game. Now, I'm going to test it out as well, but it looks like there was an issue. There's been an update, so you guys can let me know how it is. But I did want to continue on talking about it because some people might still have some issues, but overall, so far, so good. Atlus was pretty quick to respond to that. So there you go. They are aware of the issue and they are looking to optimize it. And why this is so important for people is because if you get that PC optimization, then it's going to help out with Steam Deck. Now, the thing about Steam Deck, that's the only way to play the game native portable for 100-hour turn-based / action RPG. And you're going to want to have a native portable option and not like have to use some type of streaming or something like that. So that's why it's really important that the PC version is optimized, because the Steam Deck, plays it okay depending on what you're looking for, but it definitely could be better considering the game is on PlayStation 4 and actually runs okay on the base PlayStation 4. This is a PlayStation 4 game overall, so very interesting to see there. It's an issue but it looks like they're going to be taking care of it. Now, my own personal thoughts on this, once again, I played it on the PC. I felt it was fantastic on there. It was very smooth. I didn't have any issues. So they have to make sure that they optimize for those. You have to optimize for people with different RAM counts and all of that, and the type of RAM that they have. So it's a lot of work overall, and it's not something that you could just take lightly. And I think with the demo, they were probably just trying to get things together, and there was a few issues that they didn't able to get to, because Alice is usually pretty good with the PC stuff that they do. So very interesting there. What do you guys think overall? I talked about this on Twitter. I feel that Metaphor ReFantazio is a game of the year contender for my own personal game of the year. I think it's the front runner. It is a really nice mix of action and turn-based RPG combat. It's got this really cool in-depth archetype system. I love what you can do there, switching the combat. It really takes some of the best aspects of Persona and Shin Megami Tensei, and then other action RPGs, other turn-based RPGs, and just kind of mixes it all together in this like amalgamation of awesomeness. So I am very, very happy, and I cannot wait to play the game more. It's coming out on October 11th, so not too much longer now before we can get into this. So what do you guys think about Metaphor ReFantazio, the prologue demo? Have you checked it out? If you haven't, I highly recommend all of my RPG fans to go download the demo on PlayStation 4, Xbox Series S or X, PlayStation 5, or the PC platform. And there are rumors that it's going to be coming to Nintendo Switch 2 as well. Now let's go ahead and jump into the next thing here, and I want to talk about a really cool looking Chrono Trigger inspired game that, in my opinion, will be taking the comparisons to Chrono Trigger way further than Sea of Stars or any other independent game has done in the last 10 years. Like, we always get some games here and there, but man, this game is letting it be known that this was inspired by Chrono Trigger. So the time-traveling turn-based RPG, Threads of Time, it's been announced for consoles and PC. You can save the past, present, and future. So publisher Humble Games and developer Rio Games have announced this new game, Threads of Time, turn-based RPG inspired by all the classics that you love, all the old school stuff that you guys know that we love on here, like Chrono Trigger, for example. Now, it was announced for Xbox series of consoles, PC via Steam, but it should be available for other consoles. There's no release date either. It was at the Tokyo Game Show, so I'm guessing they're going to slowly roll out some of the stuff there. So let's talk about it a bit more, because this game looks absolutely incredible. So Threads of Time features gorgeous 2.5D pixel art powered by Unreal Engine 5 that instantly transports you across breathtaking locales through the ages. You can explore different eras, assemble your party, and restore the ancient order of the Time Knights, from the majestic age of dinosaurs to the distant future teeming with mechanical marvels. Every era is packed with adventure and secrets waiting to be unearthed. As you navigate this vast tapestry of history, uncover a sinister plot threatening to unravel the very fabric of time as told through striking anime cutscenes. From dinosaurs to mechanical robots, every battle is a test of strength and wit. Alongside your party, master the dynamic turn-based combat system to take down enemy defenses and bend time to your will to unleash powerful team combos upon your foes, remake history, and save the world. And I love the dual tech and triple tech stuff. We were just talking about Metaphor ReFantazio. That has a really cool dual tech system built in with the archetypes and what you can do. And this game, they even showed it in the trailer. There is one part that's literally the cover of Chrono Trigger at the end when I was watching the trailer, and it was absolutely awesome to see that. Chrono Trigger is my favorite game of all time. Now, let's get into some of the key features in this game. So you have time traveling adventure from the age where dinosaurs roam to the far-flung future and alternate realms in between. Travel across fantastic and distinctive time periods and discover the threads that bind the ages. Uncover an epic tale of the interwoven fates and the secrets that shape civilizations, and follow the threads of the sinister plot that traverses the tapestry of time. Timeless turn-based combat. Weave together powerful attacks and visually dynamic strategic turn-based battles. Bend time to your will, unravel enemies' defenses, and unleash your party's full potential through devastating team combos. You have heroes from across ages, Assemble a party of charismatic and unique characters recruited from the different eras. Restore the ancient order of the Time Knights to unite heroes from across epochs to defend the timeline from impending chaos and corruption. Retro charm meets modern visuals. This is one thing that I really like about this. So step into the vibrant worlds powered by Unreal Engine 5. Meet lovingly handcrafted 2D characters and experience the timeless charm of pixel art as you explore through the ages. Threads of Time captures the essence of your favorite retro RPGs wrapped in a new and immersive adventure. And yeah, somebody told me about this game on my live stream and I was like, what's this all about? You know, and I was like, oh, Threads of Time, haven't heard about it. Let me look at it. And man, as soon as I saw this game, I was like, wow, this looks so visually cool. And it looks like they're trying, they're like really leaning on it being, hey, this is kind of like Chrono Trigger. This is really much like Chrono Trigger. They have so many aspects. They even have a robot, but this time the robot, there's a person inside of the robot that's fighting. So it's really, really cool. I love what they've done here, and I cannot wait to see more on this game. Looks like they don't quite have things ready. Hopefully it's 2025, but you never know. It might be after that, but I'm guessing that there's going to be other platforms like the PlayStation 5 or maybe even Nintendo Switch 2 that they're going to add on for this game. Maybe there's even a Game Pass deal that they haven't announced yet because it was announced just for Xbox when it comes to consoles, and I think it was also at Microsoft's event or Microsoft's Tokyo Game Show thing, so I think they might have some type of deal overall, but I think it's going to be coming to other systems, and this game is going to be really cool. I'm hoping that it's going to be the next big indie darling RPG after we got stuff like Sea of Stars and Chained Echoes and so many others. So yeah, looking really good. What do you guys think of Threads of Time? Let me know in the comment section below. But last but definitely not least, we're going to be getting into some bad RPG news for Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, this game is already pushing things quite a bit with the environments and what they're doing. The footage that they showed so far definitely looked like it wasn't going to be 60 frames, but people were holding out hope for some performance mode. But it seems like we got the answer here, according to Capcom. So Project Latitude on Twitter put out something, I think it was from one of their recent trailers or something like that. I'm not exactly sure where it comes from. Dengeki Online was also talking about it or interviewing what Capcom had to say, and he states that Monster Hunter Wilds does target 30 frames per second on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. The PS5 Pro and PC targets 30 frames per second uncapped. Everyone's suffering, some more than others. LOL. This is going to be interesting. So there was another follow-up with this, and it seems like there was a question talking about what are the benefits you will get from playing the game on the PS5 Pro. That Mr. Tsushimoto said, to be honest, we are still in the process of verifying compatibility with the PS5 Pro, so we can't say anything definite. We will announce it when we have something to tell you, so please keep us updated. So it seems interesting that they would say 30 frames per second uncapped on PC. So I'm guessing that obviously if you have like a PC that's stronger or whatever, you'll be able to play this game at 60 frames per second. You'll be able to do that. But I think that the biggest thing here is that PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, that is going to be 30 frames per second. And people are like, what? We just came off of playing Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter Iceborne. All of those were in 60 frames per second on consoles that they could get that on. And it's unfortunate that Monster Hunter won't be able to be played at that on console because people are so used to it for many years now and being able to play it at 60 frames. But I would say this, the game looks like it's going to be crazy dynamic. There's all sorts of weather stuff happening. The monsters are bigger. It's kind of like seamless overall. You don't have to necessarily load from part to part when it goes to things like you can just get right into it. The load times are going to be a lot lower. There's so many different things going on. So while yes, it definitely is disappointing that this game would be at 30 frames per second. I mean, Monster Hunter has been around for decades, and even with Monster Hunter Rise, when that first came out, that was 30 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch, and some people did not like that, but it was still very much playable and fun to play at 30 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch, and then later came over to the PlayStation and Xbox and PC at 60 frames per second. So I do feel that it will be playable and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think the biggest thing here for me at least, is going to be the input delay. Like, how's the input delay? How's the responsiveness? How does that affect when you're hunting those huge monsters? Because the last thing you want is something to be sluggish and for you to get bopped over the head when you feel like you can't necessarily respond to what the monsters are doing and all of that. So I can understand people being upset, and definitely I would have loved to have 60, but let's wait and see. PS5 Pro, I mean, we'll see what they do there. I mean, the CPU is going to be the issue there. The game's going to look great, obviously, on PS5 Pro, but they still have to evaluate that. PC probably will be the place to get it, because I think you'll be able to get the 60 frames plus, depending on what type of rig you have, and that's where I was going to get the game anyway. So what do you guys think overall about everything that we did discuss? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out my other RPG videos and more right here on screen. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.